Welcome back. I'm still in conversation with Kopil Bora. Kopil, what is that one thing that excites you about the youth in India today, and what are some of the things that worries you?
The excitement part is because the youth of today is very exposed to everything, all the, everything. They are aware of everything. They are very, very intelligent. They're very, very intelligent. But what worries me is that the human side is lacking. They've lost that touch of humanity. They've lost that human touch. I mean, the emotional part is lacking today, you know. It's become more mechanical. The world has become more mechanical. And we're not bothered about, when I was traveling back from Tejpur last night, I was so sad thinking that there are no more trees around, you know. So we're not bothered about nature. We are really murdering nature. I mean, we are so dependent on nature, yet we are, you know, not thinking much about nature.
So why do you think this has happened?
You know, this has happened because we have become very, very selfish. Because we have become very selfish, we just think about ourselves. We think that within the confines of our home, if we are happy and safe and if we have all the comforts, I mean, we are good enough. I mean, we are absolutely all right. But I don't think we are actually diseased now.
Now, is it because of technology? Is it because of connectivity?
Yes, yes, absolutely, and because there's a lot of connectivity. So, you know, there's this thing about Facebook. Now everybody is on Facebook. So what they do is that the youth of today, even if they buy a small gift or whatever, a small something, and they show it on the, they put it on the Facebook and say that
for the world to see.
So
crash commercialism, crash materialism,
yeah,
and has sort of taken over.
Yeah, and they don't share information. They don't share, you know, thoughts. But they share things, materialism. I think materialism has taken over our youth and our people in a very, very big way. We don't feel for people. For instance, when we are driving, when we see someone, an elderly lady or an elderly man crossing the road, we don't stop our cars and say, let this gentleman pass, let him walk. He's my father's age. We don't think like that. He's not my father, so I shouldn't stop, I should go on my way. That has become the attitude. I think that is very, very disturbing.
Coming back to films, to what extent do you think the teens in some of the movies today, let's talk about Hindi films, we've got such titles, Rowdy Rathore. I mean, funny kind of titles, as if you're celebrating the rowdiness. I'm not talking about Rowdy Rathore as such. There are a lot of other films which has such kind of thematic thing, which gives such kind of an image about the youth in this country today that people try to follow that.
Yeah, but there will be always a certain section of actors who will do such things. But on the other side, on the hindsight, you also see that there are actors like Amir Khan, who's propagating good cinema, Ranbir Kapoor, who's propagating good cinema, Hrithik Roshan, who's propagating good cinema, mainstream heroes. I'm just talking about the mainstream heroes. There are so many people like Irfan, there are people like Abhay Deol, there are people, so many wonderful, wonderful actors who you can look up to. So you see, those kind of people will always be there. No. But these are the kind of people who are propagating good cinema, good acting. They're trying to bring in Hindi cinema on par with international cinema. But there are certain people who always want to play it safe.
Absolutely. How responsible do you feel yourself? Because you are among the youth icons in Assam today. Now, does it make you feel more responsible? Are you aware of your responsibilities?
Absolutely. I'm absolutely aware of my...
How do you behave in public? What you do?
Yeah. Yeah. And not just in my behavior in public, also how I act. For example, if I try to act in a very loud manner, the people, if I bring in some of my friends from outside, they'll say, oh, what you've done, what a lousy job you've done. I have to try to bring acting on par with my contemporaries, you know, who are my good contemporaries who are outside Assam. You know, I have to always, even when I'm performing in theatre at Rabindra Bhavan, I try to make acting relaxed. I try to make acting, I try to do acting in such a way that I don't feel embarrassed, nor do my family, nor do my friends. That is responsibility towards my acting.
So that is always in the back of your mind?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, for example, when I was doing the poster of Duar, I was trying to, you know, people appreciating the posters of Duar and saying that, but the concept was mine. So I thought that let us bring the postering, the publicity part to such a level that at least people will appreciate it. So there's this sense of responsibility every time. Even when I'm performing in mobile theatre, I don't do acting in such a way that people will say, oh, what a lousy actor, how is he performing? He doesn't know, you cannot understand his words. Clarity, I give a lot of emphasis on clarity, my Assamese pronunciation. Those are the things, I have to be responsible. All actors have to be responsible for their craft, I think.
Absolutely, that's a very, very significant and important point you are making. So the bottom line, Kopil, is that when you act, how you behave, what you do. Do you think the youth, they need to always idolize their icons? Is it necessary? Or even if they do, what are the do's and don'ts?
You have to always choose the right person, because
You have to be selective about your idols.
yeah, you have to be very, very selective about your idols, because I never had idols as such, because I always admire different actors and I try to imbibe qualities from them. I used to follow Nasiruddin Shah. I thought that he was an excellent actor. He's a gem of an actor. So whenever I saw him performing on stage, I think he's like a fish in water. He's swimming with so much of elan, with so much of assurance. He's so much relaxed, you see. So I try to follow that quality in from him. So I think the youth should always follow those not all the qualities not all the traits in a person, but certain few qualities they should imbibe from everyone, so that their personality shine.
Now, what are your thoughts? Is Kopil Bora going to turn into a producer or a filmmaker at some point of time?
No, but filmmaking, as I said earlier, is a very, very, very challenging and difficult task. You need to know a lot of things. Apart from the technicalities, you have to be a very, very sensitive person. You have to be sensitive to the needs of everyone, and you have to deal with everyone. I'm not that kind of a person, you see. I don't know, maybe at some point of time I might become a director.
But as of now, you're a director's actor.
Yeah.
Or with your own inputs thrown in.
Yes, absolutely.
Directors and actor with own inputs thrown in.
I like to think of myself as a method actor.
Method actor?
Yeah, method actor with a spontaneous method actor. I mean, that's a weird term.
Yeah, can you explain? I'm finding it very curious and interesting.
Because see, you need to do a lot of thinking, a lot of homework. That makes you more of a method actor. But at the same time, you need to do it in such a way, in such a natural and spontaneous and convincing way, that people don't see your method. That you have done your homework, your preparation shouldn't show. So I would like to, I like actors whose method don't show on screen. They do it in such a spontaneous manner.
What would you have been assuming that had you not become an actor, had you not been in acting?
I don't know. I would have become a teacher, maybe, because I think teaching is a very, very noble profession, and I would have been a good teacher, and I would also have loved to be a musician. I like singing.
Teacher and musician, this would have been alternative professions had you not gone into acting. Now, before I conclude, Kopil, tell me, what is the secret behind this new look that you are sporting?
Oh,
that light beard?
Yeah, this was there in Dwar also. This beard is also for Janu Borua's new film.
Okay, you're already gearing yourself up for Janu Borua's new film that is based on Akhir or Wrong.
Right.
Kopil Bora, thank you very much for being on my show. It was a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Talking to you.
Talk Time was brought to you by Rinbar. Rinbare halodhia pora dur kore ek muhurto.